Well, hello, hello, hello to everybody here. It's Teresa Sanderson. Super excited to connect with all of you today, as usual. Today, we are talking about 5 tips for building a strong brand presence on social media so you can drive sales. So, as you pop in today, please feel free to say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're catching me on the replay, comment hashtag replay because I do love to know that you stopped by. So, this is a great thing to talk about on a Monday, I think. And so, I'm excited to connect with you and just share with you some of the tips that I have used over time to establish myself as a strong brand that can be trusted in the online space and that has helped me really grow my business beyond my expectations, certainly for 2023. So, super excited to share it with you. Now, I know that as a nurse entrepreneur, you have an incredible product or service that you are ready to share with the world. The trouble is, what I hear from a lot of nurse entrepreneurs is, how do I attract my ideal clients? How do I find my people? And more than that, once I find my people, how do I share with them my product or service in a way that makes sense to them and that they feel like they can trust me enough to buy in the online space. So this is really important because working in the online space is very different than working face to face, right? We really have to establish a high level of trust and a high level of I don't know, mutual respect and professionalism in the online space so that people will feel comfortable opening their wallet to us, right? When they've maybe never met us before and only seen us in an online video or a social media post or even a Facebook type group or social media group, right? So things become a little different when we move into the online space. So here's the first of 5 tips for you. The very first one is define your brand identity. Many of you know my brand is Teresa Sanderson. My company is Teresa Sanderson Company, right? So I make it very easy for people to know who I am and what it is that I do. If you're looking at this video right now, you'll see that I have the turquoise blue frame around the video that is part of my brand colors, right? You can see my logo in the lower left-hand side. It's got my name on it. Again, that turquoise blue. There's a little gold ring around it. And the gold is also part of my brand color scheme. I've got 2 fonts that I use in everything. Those are my branded fonts that I use as part of my branding. And also the red that you see on the page, that is part of my color scheme or my brand color scheme. So it's really important that everywhere that I show up, my brand looks and feels a certain way. It's got an element of professionalism to it, but you can also see the background behind me, things that I love and things that I value, like nature and different books and the concept of imagining. So people can get a feel for who I am by watching a video and seeing me show up consistently over time looking the same kind of way, right? Really important for people to know that not only are you here today, you were here yesterday, you were here 4 months ago, and you're going to be here well into the future, right? That is a big piece of gaining trust in the online marketplace, is just establishing yourself as a professional brand. So in addition to brand colors, we're still on tip number 1 here. I want you to think of, what do you value and what values do you convey with your brand? So for instance, for me, professionalism is one thing. Number 2, I definitely value authenticity. I value relationships. This is why I show up a lot in video, because video can speak to things that I can't necessarily put in a post. My smiling at you doesn't show up in a post. My tone of voice doesn't show up in a post. So it's important for me to show up in video for my clients so that we can connect on a little bit of a deeper level. It also helps to grow massive trust when people can see and hear your tone of voice along with the words that you have to say. All right. So, video marketing is very, very important to me because it does allow me to establish myself as a credible brand and as somebody that is worthy of trust in the online space. So, know that your branding is far beyond a logo. It is about the things that you value. And so I hope that the clients that I have worked with in this space would agree that, the brand that I portray, Teresa Sanderson Company, shows them and that they experience with me a professional relationship, a relationship that is authentic, and also one that values excellence, one that does what it says it's going to do, is committed to their satisfaction. Those are things that I value and that I work hard to bring to the table as a service provider. So I would hope that all of the clients that I've served would agree that I have met the mark on that. So those are all things that you want to convey through your strong brand presence online. All right. So what's the second tip I have for you? The second tip is to use the appropriate social media platforms. You want to be able to reach your people on the social media platforms that they are on, not the ones that you think they're on, but the ones that you know that they're on. And so this involves that you do something called social listening. This means that you need to hop in and out of some social groups on social media platforms. Maybe they're nurse entrepreneur groups, maybe they're nature groups, whatever groups that your ideal clients hang out in. I want to encourage you to visit there, because that is where they're going to let their hair down a little bit and talk about the challenges that they're having, the things that they want to do, the dreams they have for their lives, and any ceilings that they're bumping up against that they could use some support to hop over, right? So this is very important. So it's important for you also to do the social listening, just so that you can be sure you are showing up on the right platforms. We never want to be investing our time and energy in spaces where it does not matter. Or do you see what I mean? It's not that it doesn't matter, but if our people aren't congregating there, we're missing the mark. Okay. You can put some great content out everywhere that you might like to be, but if your people are not hanging out there, again, it's not the best use of your time and energy. Okay. It's not that your content doesn't matter. You just want to be sure you're directing it to the right platforms. So be sure that you choose the right social media platforms. For me, those platforms are Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And that's what we're going to be diving deep into at my Selling on Social workshop that starts later, August 21st through the 26th. That's going to be 5 contact hours for nurses who attend that training. I'm going to drop some major information on you so that you can really increase your brand presence and drive more sales. All right, that's what it's all about. So, tip number 3 of what you can do to build your strong online presence and drive sales is to create compelling content. Again, you're going to get this by doing your social listening. You're going to hear what questions your ideal clients have. You're going to learn about what they're looking for. And more than that, you're going to be able to hear clearly how exactly they are asking for it. And when you know and understand how they are asking for information, you can use those exact words in your content so that your ideal client knows what? That when you put that content out there, you are speaking directly to them. And this is highly, highly valuable information right here. This is like one of the keys to the kingdom. So I want to be sure that you get that one. And so as you hear anything that resonates with you today or that you think you may use, please feel free to drop a thumbs up, show me a heart, show me some love, and let me know what you're going to implement. Also drop a comment because I love to connect with you. So this is really important. So do your social listening and create content based on what your people are asking for. Okay. This particular topic today, 5 tips for building a strong presence on social media to drive sales, actually appears in a very frequent Google search with this exact verbiage. Okay. That is a gold pro tip right there. So I want you to grab that and drop a heart if you're going to use that as you create content. Not that title, but that strategy, because that's really important. So tip number 4. Be responsive and engage authentically. When your people are responding to you and asking questions or saying that they liked something or thank you for the love, I see it coming in. I so appreciate it. But as they engage, it's important for you to acknowledge those people who are dropping comments, who are loving your content, who are giving you hearts, likes, all that kind of thing, sharing your stuff. It's important to acknowledge with great gratitude and respect those people who have shared your content with others, who have chosen to engage with you and come 1 or 2 or 3 steps closer to you in the process. Because you know what that does? It shows them that they matter, that they are valued, that they are appreciated. And The next thing that you can do, though, along with that is say, hey, I'm so glad that you found the content valuable. What is it that resonated with you the most? Or which strategy do you think you're going to be taking away from this and implementing tomorrow? Right? When you do that, when you engage in that way, you're going to not only let them know that they are valued and appreciated as people in your community, you're also going to be learning what they may want to learn about next. So when you ask that question, what resonated most with you? You are continuing the discussion with your people so that you can create more content, more compelling content that's going to hit the mark like a bullseye with exactly what they need from you next. Does that make sense? I hope that you're going to take that away because this is really, really important and will definitely help you grow. Always, though, engage authentically and with the attitude of gratitude, because when we do that, we're going to be sending this energy out into the universe that says, I want more of this kind of behavior. Right? I want more of this going on in my community. So always be authentic with your people and acknowledge them with great gratitude. Tip number 5, this is the last one I'll share with you today, is to always analyze and adapt. Analyze and adapt means, every once in a while, we are all going to have a post out there that just maybe we consider the biggest flop ever, right? Maybe nobody engages, nothing happens. But along with that, you're going to have some great posts that maybe go viral, that get shared a lot of places, that get 1,000 comments, that, it's wonderful when all those things happen, but you need to analyze what's working, what didn't work so well, and then here's what I want you to take away: do more of what's working. Okay. I don't care what you're doing, if it's to drive sales, if it's to get engagement, if it's to get subscribers on your email list. What are you putting out there that's accomplishing that goal? And do more of those things. All right. Do more of what's working and put on the back burner those things that are not working or that maybe need a lot of tweaking, a lot of readjusting to make them work. Okay. In the meantime, until you have the time and the space to really focus on developing those things that are not working so well, do more of what's working. Now, I'm not talking about regurgitating the same content. I'm talking about doing more content along the same line, restructuring it, reformatting it, and giving your people more of what they need, more of what they're telling you that's working and that they love. Okay. So, not again, remember that business is not all about you, right? Isn't that one of the very first things I think we can learn is that, it's not all about us. It is about the people we're serving. So whatever they're telling you is working, that's what they want more of, and that's what they need more of from you. So pay close attention to that. All right. I hope these 5 tips have been valuable for you today. I hope you've gleaned something out of it. I would love to hear your comments and what you found most useful below. So feel free to drop a comment. I would love, love, love to see that. And lastly, I want to encourage you to sign up now for the wait list for my upcoming workshop, Selling on Social. I'm going to post a link in the comments or below the video here in just a minute so that you can go ahead and get on the wait list for that. Registration is launching very, very soon. And when you're on the wait list, you're going to be one of the very first who will get notified of that and be able to save your seat. This is going to be a fantastic, fun-paced workshop or fast-paced workshop that's going to show you how to grow your business in the online space so that you can put it in drive. Let me help you grow your audience. Let me help you get comfortable selling on social so that you can grow your business beyond your wildest dreams. I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.